Hi everybody. Today you here for a new episode. It's a new channel as well.
hmm
It's better to let you know. It's a new channel. The name of this channel is Scripture in Science. I don't know how to say it. Can you say it for me?
Scripture insights.
Scripture Insight.
It's okay.
And the goal of this channel is mostly to talk about Bible. We're gonna do a lot of Bible study and we're gonna talk a lot about God, about also you pain, because at the end of the episode we're gonna always ask you if did you like or if that relate to something you've been
Yeah,
to, stuff like that. And yeah, if you ask us some question, we will answer on the next episode. We're gonna do something like that. It will be nice, and it's always nice to praise God.
for sure.
But yeah, what is the topic today?
Today, we're gonna start with the beginning of the Bible
Hmm.
because a lot of the times, like, especially me, like when I'm reading the Bible, I never really started from the beginning and went in order. Like
That's true.
I would kind of sometimes just go all over the place, but we can start from the beginning
That's
because
true.
everything has a beginning. So
Okay. And like when you say start by the beginning,
let's talk
what
about
book?
Genesis.
Genesis?
hmm
Okay. We're gonna do some Genesis.
So we can read from the New Living Translation version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you wanna
No, you can read because my English is
okay.
not good. It's better for you to understand.
Okay. So I'm reading from the book of Genesis. So we're gonna start with Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. The account of creation, and this is New Living Translation. So
What that mean New Living Translation?
well, all I know it's a new version, and it's I would say this version for me is easy for me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a version which they understand in. So some people read in Message, some people read in King James version. King James version is one of like the languages is like thou shalt not,
Mm-hmm.
or you ever say thee went to, it's stuff like that.
Okay.
So for me, New Living Translation is just easier for me to understand. I can't really remember who created that
Mm-hmm.
version because there's a lot of people who create different versions, and there's still more versions that are not even that we did not mention yet. But yeah.
Okay.
So, uh, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters.
Mm-hmm.
Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night.
Mm-hmm.
And evening passed and morning came, marking the first day.
Okay. I mean like um from what they said at the beginning, God created the earth
Mhm.
and where like and water came. That mean like when he created the earth,
Mhm.
it was because everybody say, oh, when he created the earth, it was full of water
Mm.
and the dirt came out. What do you think about it?
Um, I don't think the water was there first. I think because if you think of it, the earth is supposed to be a floating rock. So the only possible way water could have been on a rock is if God created it. And I
But
only think that because if you look at a rock itself, a
mhm,
rock can't cure like I mean can't produce water.
mhm,
It's sand. Sand can hold water. Like if you're thinking
mhm.
about sand and yeah, an ocean, but in the beginning, Earth was just a rock.
But from what they said, is they say the earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep water. That's what they say. I mean, like,
I
that's why I
know.
try to challenge you a little about it,
Oh,
because they
I see
say
what you mean.
cover the deep
I
water. I mean, like,
know.
it was only
Oh,
water,
so water, you're
like
saying
from
water was already there.
was already there, and then the dirt came out. Because if you look at history, they say before,
Oh, yeah.
in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they say a long, long time ago it wasn't a desert.
Mm,
It was a city, like not a city, but a village, stuff like
yeah.
that. And then because it was always hot, and like the hotness of the sun dried the water out.
Mm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
that's why, like, now it become desert, but because before it wasn't desert.
Mm, mm-hmm.
You know, that's why, like, I know a little about the Bible and
Yeah.
about the first part,
That's a good
but
question.
yeah, I
I can
know.
try to answer that.
Even like when you watch movie, you see like water was first, and then
Mm.
the dirt start to come, and you know,
Yeah.
like maybe
Dirt.
the way you say like the earth was full of rock, it might be not true, but it was full of water for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was full of water. Maybe like maybe there's some rock at the base if you want, but it was full of water for sure. Yeah.
It's so interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at other planets though, like that's what I'm saying. For water to appear like that, or for water to be there already,
Mm-hmm.
like that's just interesting because even in the Earth's crust, like
Mm-hmm.
it's lava in there,
Mm-hmm.
which makes rocks form on the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still trying to understand like where did water come from in the equation, but
But the lava is, for me, the lava is like a mix of water and something else.
no, water lava is like hot fire.
Mm-hmm. No,
Just
no,
a
no.
just a pool of fire.
But like, what do you think about why when there's a fire and you just pour water on the fire, why the water, like the fire became start to
Big.
expand? Yeah.
I mean, because it's not enough water.
No, I feel like for me, and we are two different
Hmm.
perspectives, but for me, the water is a part of the lava. For me,
I mean, it's probably an element
because
of it.
if you look at the way in Africa,
Hmm.
there's no like, a lot of rivers, and
Hmm.
ocean. Like there's ocean around, but
Hmm.
if you live like in a way somewhere where there's like no water around,
Mm.
sometime that happen, then you still have rain, cause the same way I say it was water first and the dirt came out, right?
Hmm.
I mean, like, behind the dirt there's water, and when the sun come, it's so hot. The circle of the water,
Hmm.
right? The sun come and it take the water from the ground, come
I
outside and
know.
make crystal, right? I
Hmm.
mean, like, that's why I say there's water in there.
Mm.
There's still
Not
there's still
necessarily.
water.
The reason why lava is that consistency is because um, it's 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 a constant thing. I forgot this word in science. Okay, lava is not the consistency because of water. Lava is able to keep its form because it's kept away and it's stored under like layers of rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why lava is that consistency. Lava can like if it catches something, it can start
Mm-hmm.
a flame, but lava keeps that consistency because it's coming from the Earth's crust. It's not
Mm-hmm.
actually like if it was here a
Mm-hmm.
fire can happen and flames can start to grow,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the same logic as lava
Okay,
because
okay.
lava is like imagine like layers of a cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have like the gooey part of the cake, and on the
Mm-hmm.
top it's that fixed like perfect, you can play with that.
Mm-hmm.
But until you tear apart the cake, you're gonna see how that consistency is like stretched.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it's at the bottom.
Okay, okay.
It's the same logic, I mean, but
It makes sense.
yeah, like fire because it has the air, it has it's
Mm-hmm.
exposed to air. That's another
Mm-hmm.
thing. My professor was telling me when it's exposed to air, that's when the flames start to grow up. And because air is pushing, like wind is pushing, flames come up more.
Okay, makes sense.
That's why when you're trying to put out a fire, you gotta keep beating it down. If you don't beat it hard enough, it's gonna fly up more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, can keep going.
Okay, I think I left off here.
You are on this one.
No, I finished marking the first day.
Oh, yeah, fact, sorry.
Okay. Um then okay, so I'm reading from verse 6 now. Then God said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heaven from the waters of the earth." And what is and that is what happened. God made the space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called the space sky. And evening passed and morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky float together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And this is what happened. God called the dry ground land and the waters sea.
Okay. Stop. You can stop here. That means you say God flood the earth with like water for the dry ground may appear. Mean like it was just only water for sure now. Now we know it was full of water. No ground, nothing. Not just so we can be on the same page, right? It was only water. And then the ground came. Okay, now you can just to to make sure we're on the same page.
But listen, that's be lava is not water, please.
No, I didn't say that,
Okay.
but I said like because I asked you what
yeah.
was first, the dirt or the water. You said that. I said full of water. Just you can,
No. I said the rock.
Yeah, you say it was full of rock.
No, because I never read Genesis for me to understand that water was already there. I thought it was just a rock. God put water, then he put, whatever else. I'm thinking, how can the water appear? How can the water be there already? Because I never read Genesis like that. I knew about Adam and Eve, but I never read Genesis like that.
Okay.
And that may be kind of silly, but yeah, I never did. Where was I? Yeah, here.
You are still up there.
Okay.
And that is what happened. God
called the dry ground land and the water sea. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation. Every sort of seed-bearing plant and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sort of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. And evening passed and morning came, marking the third day.
I have a question. Sorry, I like
You're good.
Ask question. Let me remember a lot. Okay. That mean that's something I didn't know. That mean the plant and the tree came before Adam and animals, everything. Alright, that mean that was first, right?
I believe so.
Okay. And other question was, I know this one is a little tricky, but what do you think was the first place, the first ground who appeared in this earth? These people who say Africa came first, and I'm a part of them who say like Africa came first because Africa is the biggest continent, But I still ask you if what do you think about it?
I'm gonna say Africa because it's super resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, resources are coming from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm not just saying that because, that's what a lot of people say. I'm just saying that I think it's Africa because if you look at the continent, it's really rich. Like you can tell
Mm-hmm.
like from the soil of
Mm-hmm.
it. So I mean, I never been there physically, but I've
Mm-hmm.
I've watched videos, I've watched vlogs, I've watched documentaries on
Mm-hmm.
Africa, and seeing how so much, not just history, but a lot of culture comes
Mm-hmm.
out of Africa and how the people
Mm-hmm.
live, you
Mm-hmm.
can see how resourceful their lifestyle is. Um, Even down to like how they brush their teeth in Africa, it's from a plant. So when you
Mm-hmm.
think about the way God is speaking of the seed bearing plants and the trees, like for people to find out how to do things like that, I just think it's interesting, and I think it's in Africa. That's
Mm-hmm.
my opinion.
No, no, okay, okay.
How do you think Africa?
Yeah, for me the same way, and also I believe it used to be a time when God made, the earth and made upper the ground. I feel like everything was in the same place. When I say everything, I mean,
Connected.
yeah, Africa,
All the
Europe,
continents.
yeah, Japan, everything was.
And this that's scientifically proven too.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what's the word when it broke apart though. That's a
That's the one
science
question
lesson
you
for
can
us.
ask me, but I don't
Yeah,
understand.
no, that was so interesting to me because yeah, all of the continents were connected, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think Africa is like where he began.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And another question, because I was talking about it to my coworker, and he was talking about the Garden of Adam and Eve.
Hmm.
He said the Garden of Adam and Eve for him is in Africa and it's not Egypt, but it's close to Egypt. It's not too far from the desert. From the desert. Like, what do you think about it? For me, also, yeah, but
I heard because I'm not that
deep on it.
deep on it,
Mm-hmm.
like the geography. I mean, I'm not that deep on it. I'm hoping to learn about that. If you can tell me, but yeah, I heard because I used to try to like look up images,
Mm-hmm.
like what's the Garden of Eden look like, or
Mm-hmm.
w- like where can I find it? But even Safari would tell you Egypt sometimes, or like not not Egypt, but like it would tell you Africa, but it wouldn't tell you where,
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's somewhere. Okay, maybe where it's like a lot of trees, of course, and like still to this day, it's probably
But
somewhere
in
that's
Egypt,
sacred.
is not a lot of tree because
No, that's
there's
what I'm saying.
mostly
Not
desert.
no. I heard some people say it's in Egypt though.
Yeah, but it's mostly close to the desert.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of tree over there.
I know that. No, but I'm saying that's what I heard people
Okay, okay,
say.
okay.
I never said that I
Okay,
know
okay,
where. That's
okay.
what I'm saying. If you can tell me,
Mm-hmm.
like where you think it is.
For me, it's in the desert because I told you at the beginning, the desert was in the desert.
Mm.
And when Adam and Eve did what they did, God was mad about what they did and he banned them, right? And also a lot of story came, and I know like this I almost speak in French. The ground when they was
Mm.
living, right, get destroyed by mad stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like even with the sun and everything, I feel like that's how the desert came out
Mm-hmm.
to cover, because it's only white, that part only is dry, like it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the first punishment God did. The first
Mm-hmm.
one was over there for me. But we're gonna talk about it another
Okay.
time. But maybe.
That's interesting, though.
Hmm.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. Then God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night.
Hmm.
Let them be signs to mark the seasons,
Oh, sorry,
days,
sorry.
and years."
When he said, "Let light appear in the
Sky
sky
to
to
separate.
separate the day from the night," right? What are you talking about?
Let lights appear in the sky. Isn't that like the sun and the moon
Yeah,
and the
you're
stars?
right.
Okay.
You're right. No, no, I just try to see if the light is the sun.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I did not know, but I'm guessing in my head.
from what he said, the earth came out before the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and scientifically, that's what people like. That's what they said too. Like
Okay.
the planet came out first, and then a sun came and just to track everything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it makes sense also with the Bible,
That's
and
true. Mm-hmm.
and the sun
Wow.
came out, because with no sun,
You see,
there's
you're
no
telling me this,
gravity.
I would not think
Hmm?
that deep, because I'm thinking like, yeah, God already knows that he's gonna put, when he's saying the
Hmm.
evening passed and the morning came, I'm already correlating that with modern day meaning like present
Hmm.
day thinking, meaning like the sun's that,
Hmm.
and then the evening is the moon. I'm thinking that already that he's okay,
You
he already
already
put
made it.
the
No, they came
this is
after.
now you see like you're unfolding it in my face. So I'm like, oh, this
Hmm.
is actually step by step processing. Like,
Hmm.
okay,
No, it make them everything makes sense with the
that's so
Bible.
cool.
You know,
Okay.
and I know like Bible help the scientists,
Mm-hmm.
for the development, and everything makes sense. I mean, like
Wow,
everything is already right from the jump. And even when scientists come and find something, everything relate to the Bible all the time. Like for the
that's
most part,
true.
it relate with the Bible.
That's true. That's why a lot of movies, even like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let them be signs. Oh, I already. Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth, and that is what happened. God made two great lights, the larger one to govern the day, and the smaller one to govern the night.
Hmm.
He also made the stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate the light from the darkness.
Hmm.
And God saw that it was good.
Hmm.
And evening passed and morning came, marking the fourth day.
Hmm.
Then God said, let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies, sorry, I just peeped something.
Hmm.
Let the skies be filled with the birds of every kind. So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them by saying, be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the fifth day.
Okay. Me, from what you read, we learn birds and fish came
Hmm.
in the first place,
And sea creatures.
and sea creatures. I mean, like at that time, the human being wasn't there yet.
Mm. So
Okay.
why are the lot? Why are there, well, look, why is there a lot of stories that say like Adam? Well, no, I heard this. I heard two things. I
Hmm.
heard Adam was there to name,
Yeah. Uh huh.
and then I also heard Adam was there when God created the animals. But I'm seeing now.
No. Yeah. That part I'm not sure, cause
I'm thinking
the
like maybe a
animals
lot
was
of versions have something to do with it.
maybe, but for sure the animal came before the human being,
Mm,
and when Adam came, all he did was name them, give them a name, because God tell Adam, oh, if you can give them a name,
mm,
But when he asked Adam that, because they was already there, and then of course after Adam, I feel like now I cannot talk too fast
okay.
because we have to read first. But yeah, I don't care after.
Okay.
Like that's a question. Might people be confusing? And just
Mhm.
me, even me, at the beginning I thought Adam and Eve was the first, and then the animal came in. with time I learned, then it wasn't like that. But yeah.
Okay. So then God said, I think, yeah. Then God said, let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry. Didn't I just read that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, scurry along the ground, and wild animals. And that is what happened. God made all sort of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make human beings in our image to be like us.
Just sorry. When God said, let make a human being looking like us, like who he was talking with? Because when you say us,
Like
mean
a
like,
living thing.
hmm?
In my opinion,
No, but when you say us, mean like it wasn't by him, it wasn't on his own.
right.
It
He
was
wants
with
a
who?
living
No.
entity.
He said, let us
Yeah, let
make.
us make human
When you say
beings.
us, who is us? Is God and somebody.
Ooh,
Yeah,
who is it?
yeah. When you say us, it has to be God and somebody.
Who is us?
I have the answer already, but just I try
I
to.
mean, I heard, I don't know, I'm going to
No,
try.
just say.
God is the Holy Trinity, right?
Hmm. But
So the Holy Spirit in Him. I mean, He is the
no,
Holy Spirit.
yeah, of course, no. From what I know, when he said us, at that time when he
He
was
was talking to the animals.
no, it was working with. Just please excuse me if he's not that. But before Satan becomes Satan, he wasn't Satan, he was an angel. Okay? You know about that. Before Satan became Satan,
So how
he
come
was an angel.
Yes. So
And he was an angel, but he got banned, right?
so you think it's
Before that, from what I know, he was you know, he was working with God. And when he said, oh, let us make the human being look at the same way, he made us with him. From what I know, and just correct me if I'm wrong,
mm,
that's
that
why
can
people,
make a lot of sense.
yeah,
Like His
and
angels, basically.
that's why we have two sides. You know,
Mm,
a lot of people can say something, but yeah, that's why we have two sides. We have a good side and a bad side.
yeah,
Right on.
that's true. It's like there's um a sociologist. His name is W.E. Du Bois. He speaks of like double consciousness. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have a dual personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because like in the cartoons, like they have one side is like
The
the
angel
devil,
and
and then the
one the
angel.
devil. Yeah, yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I, I'm not sure a
But
hundred percent is that.
even if that is not true, I think that has a lot to
It
do
makes
with,
sense.
yeah,
Because if God made us the way God had,
we
we,
would
we, we will not have that bad side on us, right
exactly.
or wrong.
Mhm.
Even He give us freedom and everything,
Mhm.
we're supposed to be only His kids and only like we're
Yeah.
supposed to look at. Do you
Mm.
understand what I mean?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
No.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
if
That's
we're
a
wrong,
cool.
if
Let us know in the comments.
yeah, let us know.
Like,
Let
let us
us
know your
know.
opinion, or let us know the
Please.
facts if you have any facts.
Please, yeah.
Because we're still learning as we're going.
But I forget what part or what book it talk about
If
that.
you
There's a
never told
book.
me to pay attention to that, I would have just read over
I
it.
know, no, no. But it there's a book who talk about like that my man once said,
Oh.
oh, let us make human beings in our image.
To be like
Like you
us.
don't
So we're trying to look through Job chapter 38 verses 7, and it's
I think
not
there's no net.
giving us. Maybe it is somewhere in Job, but
There's no another verse in it.
Oh, we know that the sons of God existed before creation. Oh, they're just saying, yeah, because I think I see here it's saying that they did exist for the. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare it if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy.
What that mean?
Meaning, I think, yeah, they were there with it.
Okay.
The sons of God, I think those are the angels.
Uh-huh.
I hope I'm reading this
From
right.
what they said, but yeah, if you want, you can go in by.
I think I'm a little confused.
Yeah, that make
But that
confused.
is really interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot lie. So, you know. But you see, that version is thou shalt.
Mm-hmm.
It's really so. Now we're on verse 27. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. I remember in some I've seen conversations about the rib, right? The rib.
Yeah, that's
So
what
why didn't
I
this
feel like. There's a little, for me, there's a little mistake on Genesis when he say God create human beings in his own image. He create male and female. The thing is, he said like there wasn't really specific about it because I know he create Adam first. That mean, you know, when it's not a mistake, but just that makes you a little lost. Because if you hear, oh, Adam came first, and when you hear Genesis 1, you'll be like, oh, but he said he created men and women, be like, something is wrong. Because in Genesis 2, he really said, oh, he created Adam first, Adam named other fish and everything, and after Eve came. That's a confusing, but that's the Bible, though.
yeah,
You have to keep reading to
to
understand. It's like
understand.
you read a book.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you read the first page, you don't understand. In the middle, you're gonna understand. Almost at the end, you're not gonna understand, and at the end, you're gonna understand.
Understand. And
Mm?
sometimes you may have to read it like a 10 times
Over.
because I'm reading it and then he catches something, then he asks me a question. So it's making
Hmm.
me go back
Hmm.
to read and actually like see what he's talking about. So that's interesting. I think it's cool like when you have someone to do it with too, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah,
You can
let's
finish the last part.
then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground. Then God said, look, I have given you every seed bearing plant throughout the earth and all the fruit trees for your food. And I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life. And that is what happened. Then God looked over all he had made, and he saw that it was very good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the sixth day.
And now is the end of the Genesis 1, right?
Yes.
That mean, what did you learn from Genesis 1?
I learned a lot. I actually learned the the formation he had because, as I stated, I never really read from Genesis, especially the first like the first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was really educational to like learn how God designed things, especially in my head. I'm thinking God. was the one who added the water, but to learn that it was already there, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what made me question things a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm thinking of Earth in space and water, like you know how people say, is Earth flat or is Earth
Mm-hmm.
like I mean that kind of interests me still, but I mean, what do you think? Do you think the Earth is flat or
No.
yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure. But yeah, like I mean, it's interesting to see how not see but read about it. I wish I could see like how he did everything. But what really sparked me was verse 26 when he spoke about let us, like
Mm-hmm.
when he sang let us. I'm seeing on the internet it says like one is saying the Holy Trinity, and then like one is also saying his angelic son. Like he's speaking
Mm-hmm.
of only one though, not his
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
angelic sons. He only said son. So that really made me think like, okay,
Who was it?
yeah, who was it?
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to find that out. Like I really want to find that out, and I hope that as we continue reading, I could find that out because
Mm-hmm.
that would be so interesting. I want to see. But yeah, how about you? Like, what do you think sparked your?
Um, for me, it was really interesting, and that chapter is a chapter I read one time again, like I would say a couple months ago, to really understand. Because you know, sometimes when we start something, we never start from the beginning, and that's why we miss a lot of information about it. And I was wondering about Adam and Eve because something wasn't wrong on my mind. Like I decided to read it. And that's why like today also we read again and I'm like, okay, yeah, thing makes sense, about the fact then what came first. Because yeah, of course, if you think about okay, how you made a planet, you think first it's supposed to be only dirt and then water came out, right? But God,
No, I didn't think that. I just think it was a rock first,
a rock,
like a big rock.
yeah, but it was God behind it. I mean, like
Of
with
course.
all his power, he just can't come and just make everything.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
know.
no. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm,
I know that is possible. I
mhm,
know God made everything.
mhm,
What I thought was God added the water too.
mhm,
But the earth, like I said, it was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. Deep waters were there already
mhm, mhm.
before God added His creation.
Water was
Yeah,
already from it. Mhm,
because all I mean, yeah, it's saying like God created the heavens and the earth,
mhm,
but some people also say, "Where's heaven?" Some people also say, "Okay, is like where is the layering of the earth? Like how is it happening? Like they explain it in science, like the Earth's crust."
mhm,
But they don't explain it to you like this because science, they don't
mhm,
even have that evidence to say
mhm,
like, okay, this is where the beginning of
mhm,
heaven is, this
mhm,
is where hell is, or and so that is something that is also interesting
mhm,
that I want to learn about. And also, yeah, I'm just thinking like, because when you look at the rocks in space, right, the
mhm,
comets or asteroid, even look at the asteroids, that's just a rock
mhm,
that doesn't have water.
mhm.
So you see, I don't know if you understand what I'm
I don't
saying.
understand
Like how did the water just appear on a rock?
because it was God. I don't know, like this.
It was God, I
When God is
know.
beyond something, I just don't ask me.
No, I don't
Don't ask
ask
my
questions
question.
like
I'm
that.
just.
I'm just asking because it interests me. Like when you look at
Mhm.
other planets, it's a rock. It doesn't have.
No, like about other planet. If you look at other planet, all the sciences can say water was there. But
No, that's not true.
Mars, Mars, the planet
Yeah,
Mars.
no.
I they find it was water.
Before,
Yeah, it was water before.
you want to
I
know
mean,
how
like,
I know that's not true? No one cannot make it to Mars.
mhm.
No one can make.
There's robot on it.
Yeah, robot.
Yeah, and robot they make the research for it.
NASA.
Yeah, come on, look at Curiosity. You don't know?
NASA. They put a stationed
There's
camera.
no there's a robot to be moving. It's been like years. It's
Yeah,
over
but
there.
that's a robot.
Come on. Now is like AI. Who is AI? It's a robot too.
Yes, but
They-
listen, that's my point. There is no human being able to have, like, even if a camera picks up what is on Mars, right? Like,
Mhm.
let's say for instance a camera's picking up what's on Mars. What's water here is not what's water over there. What if that's something like a different liquid? What if you don't know? All I'm saying
But
is
liquid make with what? Water. Yeah. Yeah.
a liquid couldn't be.
There's water on it.
No, but what
There's
I'm
water on
saying what
it.
I'm saying is
No, I don't
no,
understand what
I'm
you're trying to say, but
no, yeah, no, but the question was
you said there's no water
how
over there.
how did a rock no, but the question was how did a rock have water on it? But yes, God, but I'm you see how he has the step by step?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I added light.
Mm-hmm.
This is darkness.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't add the water. He just said, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth
Mm-hmm.
was formless and empty, and darkness covered the water.
Mm-hmm. That means the water was already there.
What do you mean the water was already there?
When he created the earth, right? And empty and darkness covered the deep water.
So you're
He
proving
didn't
my
say he didn't say, oh, God created the earth and he created the water. No. The water was already there. That's why he said and darkness covered the deep water. That
but
means
you
the
know,
water
like
was already there.
that's what I'm saying. It's sparking curiosity in my head. But that's it. That's all I'm saying. You asked me what I took away, and I told you. Like, that's interesting to me because I'm not questioning God. I'm just and that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to think, he wants us to be like, look at how powerful I am. And I
Mm-hmm.
am looking at that and I'm questioning and I'm like, yeah, like I want to understand the thought process,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to understand. Because when I look at a rock from space, it doesn't have water already there, right? What's something you hope to take away from the Bible, like as we're reading? Like, what's something you want to learn about in the Bible, or at least in Genesis? I heard you said you wanted to read more about the Garden of Eden. Why?
Why? I really want to know where everything come from
Mm, me too.
because the main story start from them, right? Start from Adam and Eve, and after everything came after.
Like how they say, my brother and sister through Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In actuality, we're all related. That's kind of
Yeah, of
funny.
course, yeah.
I think that's what's interesting to me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, Adam and Eve, even though they were made to produce,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at it, how people say, this is my brother through Christ, that's literally what we are.
Mm-hmm.
And even your mother
Mm-hmm.
is your sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's how you view it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to learn about, it's not from Genesis, is I want to learn more about, um, you remember Noah and the ark?
Mm.
I want
I want
to,
to do that story again.
yeah, I've read it before, but I want to debunk it like word for
Mm-hmm.
word, bar for bar.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. But for next time, what chapter we're gonna do? We're gonna Genesis 2, cause
Yeah, we're
it's
gonna
better.
continue.
Yeah.
We're
For
gonna go in order for
mm-hmm.
everyone to follow us too.
Yeah.
Because maybe you do it the same way where we just randomly read.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to really get structure with like understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So
Me too. I mean, yeah. For next week, we're gonna do Genesis 2,
yes.
and maybe we're gonna do it on live too. Maybe, maybe not. And yeah, every week we're gonna try to do a new chapter, and we're gonna try to all learn together
Yep.
with fun. It's gonna be nice. But thank you for watching us, and
Thank you.
let us know in the comment if you have any question. How did you like it? Everything come to your mind.
Give
But
us a thumbs up.
yeah, and all I want to say is God bless you
God bless you.
and have a nice day as well.
Yeah, have a nice day.
All right, you can end it. Woo! What?
You get up and end it. I did it the last time.
You see what? I did everything. You see those women?